Hey, what's going on, guys? Devil and It's Shadow here. So, with set 1 still being the only set available, I know it's going to be a little bit repetitive going through market watches for Shadowverse every so often, but there's still quite a lot of movements happening, especially not as much on the high end, but more on the low end. So, the low end is what you really want to be taking a look at when it comes to Shadowverse Evolve right now. But even so, when you look at the really high end, I want to take a look at the leader cards to start off today's market watch. So the leader cards are basically like markers to indicate which craft that you're playing to your opponent. And they have no other purpose, at least at this point. But if you take a look at some of the prices here for the leader cards, like you have Zernitra, Zealous Wings, who is 210 right now, and a market price just underneath that. And then you have Aurelia, who is 190, and a market price above that one. I mean, that's Dragon and Swordcraft, and they are currently the most expensive leader cards on the market, and effectively the most expensive singles right now for Shadowverse Evolve. Leader cards that are just markers are more expensive than the actual playable cards themselves, and that's something. I mean, we take a look at some of the other ones. Isabel, 185. Then you also have Crescent Beast, Ramina, that's 115. Erica's 105. You have Aria, which is the one I'd like to pick up. I ended up picking up a Japanese copy just because. But, well, the Japanese copy is also much cheaper right now. Arissa, then Eris, Urias, Rowan, and Magical Sage. And for some reason, Luna's not on here, and I'm pretty sure we're missing a few others. I don't know why TCG Players Filter isn't filtering them. In any case, point being is that these leader cards are expensive if you want to go for the high rarity. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Now moving on to some singles. Let's start with Jeanne d'Arc. So last time we covered this card, there were listings as high as $20 on the base rarity, or sorry, the base version, I should say. Because now we also have the Evos to consider. And Evolve cards typically are cheaper than their base version. And they're typically significantly cheaper. We've seen the discrepancy between Lucifer, between its regular and Evo, where Lucifer was closer to 30 and the Evo is now basically like $2. But Jeanne d'Arc is back down below $15 for its base listing. And then if you want the evolved version, it's $350 base right now. If you want the ultimate rare, which is for its evolved version, that is currently $100. And I remember selling this in the 90s the other day. Oh, let's see. Yeah, someone did buy 100, mostly 99s, and people are buying them if they fall below 100. So, yeah, this is a really popular card right now. Merlin as well. The super legendary on the base version of Merlin just got insane. We have a base listing of $74 now, and the market price is now $50 on this card. If you want the super legendary of the evolved Merlin, that's $35. And then regular Merlin, we're looking at 26, 27, and then $14 for the evolved version. So Merlin is one of those cards you're gonna want to pick up to hold on for the long term, as this card is a more versatile pick for Runecraft as you continue to build other decks. You'll also want to keep an eye out on premium versions of cards, as they seem to be going up in value too. Prism Priestess from Havencraft. This card searches an amulet for you on it's the Evo version. This is the Evo version. $7 right now, and someone bought 3 copies for $10 the other day. There are lots of $6 and $9 copies on the market right now, and this is another one you might want to consider for the long term. Now, for today's trends, let's start taking a look at some neutral cards. particularly, we'll start with Execution. We've gone over this one before, but it's still holding around $5 and slowly finds its way going up here. And I mean, you play this in almost any deck now. Some decks play more copies than others, particularly Rune will likely play 3 of these. Other decks might play 1 or 2 copies just to make sure they can have a way to kill bigger units. And then you've got Path to Purgatory, which I covered in the initial market watch, and it was $1 at the time. Now it's $4. This is a gold rare, so we finally got another gold rare that is not just $1 besides Bellringer. And there are a few more getting up there, but yeah, I think Purgatory is now the second most expensive gold, if I'm not mistaken. Trail of Light is also going up. It was $2 pretty consistently for a while, and now we've got $4 copies. Someone did buy 2 copies for $4, but before that it was... Some people bought them for 3s. Yep, Trail of Light's going up, and effectively it's mostly for D-Shift, but, I mean, Rune in general can just use this card, and futuristically, if we get more Discard Dragon, you might even see Trail of Light used in that for reasons. Demonic Strike is another one. This one is just a vanilla 3 damage dealer to either the leader or a follower, but it's $5 now. And there's only one listing left for $5 before it becomes $8. So, yeah. All the neutral cards are really starting to pick up there. And then I just want to point out one interesting note here about Genesis Dragon is 50 cents base right now and has listings in the 70-cent range. But its market price is currently 66 cents, and we do have listings from 90 to 108. But then I just want to point out, for the base rarity of Shenlong, which is also a bronze, it's also around 70 right now, 70 cents. And its market price is actually higher than Genesis Dragon, 75 cents. Both of these are played in Ramp Dragoncraft right now, although Shenlong is more consistent at the 70-cent mark. So it looks like Genesis Dragon is starting to pick up a little bit more, but Shenlong is... I mean, at least for the beginning, it looks like it's been selling hot, just slightly higher than a gold rare that is also supposed to is also typically played in the same deck. So you're going to see a lot of these discrepancies. Unlike most other games, with the spread of rarities on this one and how they're distributed into packs, even your bronze and silvers can get pretty significant in value if they're played commonly, even more so than the golds and even some of the legendaries, if the legendaries just aren't played at all. Thank you guys for watching today. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.